This is First Corinthians 9 and 25. And it says, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible." I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. Okay? And when it comes to this truth, you definitely have to be temperate. Okay? It's as Paul said, if we're trying to be like Paul and Paul's trying to be like Yahweh Shai, okay, that means we're striving for a status of kingly perfection. And in order to do that, we have to be temperate in all things. Now, I got the blue letter and I got a regular definition when you break down what this blue letter means. Okay, this is temperate.
Strong's G 1467. Ekratuamai. Ekratuamai.
Ekratuamai. It says to be self-controlled, continent, to exhibit self-government, conduct oneself temperately. Strong's definition: to exercise self-restraint, contain, be temperate. And what does that go into? Discipline. All right. You go into this word discipline, and it says a controlled behavior, self-controlled. Didn't that just say that? To be self-controlled, basically to be disciplined. Okay. And enforce compliance or control, a systematic method of obtaining obedience. And what's our systematic method of obtaining obedience? These laws, statutes, and commandments. So when you start applying these laws, statutes, and commandments every day, striving toward perfection to be like Yahweh Shai, in this process, you must have self-control. You must be temperate. You must be disciplined in all aspects of your life according to the lot that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has given you. You can't be a guy that's indulgent in all types of folly and madness, because in doing so, you can't do the things of the Spirit. Because you have to remember that, as the scripture says, it tells you that this, what is it? The Spirit is either against the flesh, getting tongue tied here, or the Spirit is enmity with the flesh. Yep. Here it is, Galatians 5 and 17. Okay, Galatians 5 and 17. You know what? Now I'm going to start at 16. Galatians 5 and 16. It says, "This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." Now, when we walk in the Spirit, as I said earlier, that's the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. Okay, that's that certain. What did that definition say? That's that certain systematic method. Okay, that directs us in being perfect. Okay, or striving towards perfection. And it says, "And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." Why? Because for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, meaning that they're constantly battling one another. That's why it tells you to strive. Okay, when you strive towards something, That's not an easy task. As let me get that in this blue letter. Because when you strive towards something, okay, it's a struggle, it's a fight.
Strong's G75. Agonizamai. Agonizamai.
It's funny when you look at the word, part of it looks like the English word agonize, okay? And it says to enter a contest, contend. When you contend for something, you fight in the gymnastics games, or to contend with adversaries. Fight. Who is our adversary? Okay? The spiritual and physical demon, Satan. Metaphorically, to contend, struggle with difficulties and dangers. All right? Our own self doubts, our own inhibitions, our fears, our doubts. Okay? These are the things that are constantly battling back and forth within us on a daily basis. It says, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Okay? This is why the scripture says that it was on the tip of my tongue. That we must, that's what it was. We must strive for the truth until death. I think it has a strive. It's in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus, sometimes referred to as Sirach 4:28. It says, strive for the truth until death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee. Strive, fight for the truth, fight for this mastery. Okay? You guys constantly have to strive to be disciplined in everything that you do. Because anybody can go out there and just be reckless, committing adultery, or just sleeping around with a whole bunch of women and not being able to have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, or the financial means to take care of them, according to as the scripture says. Because there's nothing wrong with being with multiple women. Good grief. You gotta forgive me. We getting bombarded with all this pride stuff this month, but there's nothing wrong with a man being with a bunch of women or having multiple women. But even the scripture has a way that you're supposed to properly deal with that. But, nonetheless, I don't want to go off the topic, okay? Or spending your money frivolously, okay? Instead of being wise with it, helping the brotherhood while simultaneously taking care of the things that you need to do. And there's other examples, okay? All these things in our life, even when it comes to this truth, we have to be disciplined. Even when it comes to this truth, we have to be disciplined. All right, what does it says? Eat that which is sufficient. I think it's in the New Testament. It says, eat that which is sufficient. Let me put it on pause and find it. I found it. Proverbs 25:16, it says, hast thou found honey? Which is its truth. You guys remember what I forgot? It was either, I think in Ezekiel or Isaiah, where he told him when he ate the whole roll, it was sweet like honey in his mouth. Okay, that's the truth. It says, hast thou found honey? This truth. Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it. So even when it comes to this truth, we have to be disciplined in how we obtain it, okay, how we meditate on it, how we apply it to our life. Okay, and how we bring it out to other people. Okay, like it said, lest thy vomit it up. Where was it? It says, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it. Meaning that you start going too deep, okay? Or you start getting prideful. Okay, Yahushua is the best example when it comes to discipline. All right, he knew everything. He knew everything. But was the most humble dude in the room. Even when it came to him dealing with the Pharisees and Sadducees. Very humble. He was confident in the truth that he knew. He was confident in the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that he knew. But he was very humble. He didn't let the fact that he knew everything puff him up. I mean, you got niggas that don't know everything, don't even know 25% of this truth, and they get puffed up. See, discipline, as it says, goes into every aspect. That's what I said. I opened up with that he who striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Every aspect of your life, mind, body, and spirit. And physically. Well, I said that. Mind, body, and spirit. Because you know, as the scriptures say, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. You have to be. Because the scripture says that Proverbs 16:32, it says that he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. Now let's get that word ruleth in Proverbs 16. Oh, I know about no R. Kelly.
Strong's H4910. Mashal.
It says to rule, have dominion, reign, to rule, to have dominion, to cause to rule, to exercise dominion. When you have dominion, you have what? Power and control. You have control, to exercise control. So it says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth, who exercises dominion, control, his spirit, than he that taketh a city. All right. So that's what the power of discipline does. It makes you mightier than a person that can take an entire city. Because when you get to a point where you are very disciplined in your lifestyle, it starts to show. Because being disciplined causes for consistency. You can't do anything unless you are consistent. You cannot do it, whether it's good or bad. You can't be a master at it or become good at it if you are not consistent. And as men of the Lord, this is what we do every day. That's why scripture says, I die daily. You die daily by being consistent, being disciplined, and applying the scripture to your life. And when you do so, when people see it, you become an example to others to be like, yeah, you know what? Something might be up with this guy. And I'm going to end it on this. I didn't even plan on this for being this long. Matthew 5:16. It says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Okay? And how do people see your good works? By being disciplined. When people see that every day you get up, you go to work, you probably come back home, you work out, they see the gains, they see you eating right. All right? You might go practice some art, go on a vacation, come back, tell people all about it. You don't steal, you don't be causing any type of riffraff. You mind your business. But if something is heavily off or could cause trouble to somebody, like, hey man, I think I saw somebody trying to be in your backyard yesterday. Just make sure you keep your gate locked. I know you do, but just make sure you do that. Folks would just be like, hey, what's up with this guy? He said he ain't no Muslim, no Christian, or whatever it is, but something's up with this guy. He don't really bother nobody. He seems to live a simple lifestyle, but we can tell he's blessed. See, people will start to notice that. Just by you being disciplined to what the Lord has to tell you and how he wants your life to be according to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible and what his will is for you. The key thing is just to stay disciplined. So that's all I want to say on that. I hope you're all ratified. Until the next time, we're going to say shalom.